For Granholm of Michigan, one of the most troubled economies in the country. Governor, thank you so much for joining us. I want to give you a chance now, an unusual chance for the governor of Michigan. Name me a really good Ford product that's good on gas that we should buy, and a good Chrysler product and a good GM product. Name me the best cars we should be buying right now.
Well, I can tell you that if you like a green car and you like it big, you can get the Tahoe. If you like a Ford product and you want a hybrid, you can get the Escape. If you like a General Motors product, well, we got the Volt coming out, but the Malibu is a tremendous product. We have got all, and in fact, the auto show is next week. You have all sorts of electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles coming online, which will make all Americans very proud.
Do they still make those hot cars like Mustangs out there, the kind of cars we grew up with? Can you still buy a hot American car that's fun and not just necessarily fuel efficient?
Yeah, you can buy it, but it'd be good to combine both, and that's what they're working on.
Okay, let's talk about this. The President of the United States spoke today and offered up his huge plan to save our economy. I want to show you another piece of it. I want you to respond to it and tell us how the people of Michigan, where the American brand is big for cars, is going to be saved by this. Here he is, Barack Obama, today down at George Mason outlining his plan.
We will put Americans to work in new jobs that pay well and can't be outsourced. Jobs building solar panels and wind turbines, constructing fuel-efficient cars and buildings, and developing the new energy technologies that will lead to even more jobs, more savings, and a cleaner, safer planet in the bargain.
How does the government of the United States, under Barack Obama or George Bush, get us to buy fuel-efficient cars? How does it do it?
Well, first of all, you have to make sure that the price is the right price, right? Because people aren't going to spend $95,000 to have a purely electric vehicle because people don't have the money. So you have to be able to bring down the price of battery technology, and that means that the government has to be a partner in investing in the research and the development and the production of that battery technology. And I hope that that's a piece. I believe that that will be a piece of what Barack Obama talked about today. But, Chris, he's also talking about creating a whole new economic sector for all kinds of jobs, for all kinds of people. Jobs in IT, jobs in building, jobs in new energy. And that, for a state like Michigan, which has been so concentrated in manufacturing, that is like manna from heaven. It's a phenomenal plan, and it's going to, for us, help people on the ground. This is the Main Street bailout.
Well, I just saw that movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood about the retired auto worker who helped build those cars back in the 60s and 70s. He was a bit ticked off by the changes in this country, but among those changes is the economic one. Will there be jobs like there have been for his father, himself, the people right now in the auto industry in the future? Will there be enough jobs for the people that rely on those jobs, or do we have to have another field out there in Michigan of industrial opportunity?
Well, I think we do have to diversify our economy in Michigan, and that's why this new energy economy is so important for us. But, Chris, you raise a tremendous point. In this nation, are we going to have a robust manufacturing sector? Are we going to build things like vehicles? Are we going to sell off our ability to be energy independent, at least free of fossil fuels like oil from the Middle East? Are we going to give that away to international companies and not have the ability to ourselves control our own ability to be independent? That is really the best question. When you talk about trade policy, when you talk about manufacturing policy and investing in job creation, you better believe we are the poster child, Michigan is, for the global shift in these manufacturing jobs. And that's why it's so exciting to have a president-elect who cares about keeping jobs and making things in America.
Well, you know, when I grew up, I'm older than you. When I grew up, you could come out of high school. You could go work at a Big Bud plant or a Vertol plant, a Boeing plant. You could build planes or subway cars or train cars. And America produced that heavy stuff. And guys and women could get those jobs. And they could make enough to provide for a family with maybe just one person working outside the home. Is that the 50s and 60s, or could that be the 21st century as well?
Well, I certainly think that the opportunities there in this green economy sector, when those guys who are building cars right now, whose jobs have gone on a slow boat to China or the internet to India or a fast track to Mexico, if they're used to bending steel, if they know how to do that CNC machining, why not take that skill and be able to build wind turbines? Why not go into a clean tech environment factory and make solar panels? That demand is going to be huge. Those jobs are going to be in demand, and I think they're going to be high-paying paying jobs. So that's the sector that gives us a win-win, both for individuals, for states, for the economy, and for the planet.
Well, you just described the light at the end of the tunnel, Governor. I hope we can get there, and that's a bipartisan hope, I'm sure, from all Americans. Can we get to that new 21st century?
I mean, that's the thing. When you're talking with Jim Cramer, it's got to be immediate. We have to train people still, remember? And if you're going to train people, that means you need a little bit of lead time before those jobs are created if you're going to put them in there. There's urgency in this moment, and that's why I hope that the message that Barack Obama gave today to Congress, and I believe and I hope that they're listening, is that it's got to be done whether they work day and night, weekends, to make sure that we can get this economic recovery underway.
Is February 16th fast enough? Nancy Pelosi says, the Speaker says that they can get this bill through by President's Day weekend. Is that soon enough?
I wish it were sooner.